Hello. I just want to ask you a question that when was the last time you said thank you to yourself? Take a moment and ask yourself that when was the last time you said thank you to yourself? And this is something that I really want you to be, if you don't have an answer, it's okay, still fine. Just notice that how many times we say thank you to other people because we appreciate for the things that they have done for us or just little things that life shows us. We say thank you, right? What about you? Did you say thank you to your spirit? Did you say thank you to your mind for the things that it keeps on thinking about, which has your own original thoughts? I know we all get influenced, we all get into this overthinking, but it's still working. It's still helping you. How about when was the last time you said thank you to your body? That it's still functioning, it's still fine. Oh my God, how much we take for granted for this body. And we all know those moments when we start to feel a little pain, or we kind of just know that we haven't been looking after ourselves, and when the body kind of like screams at us, we're like, I will be good with you from now. But the thing is, if you're feeling good right now in your body, and if even if you want to feel good, then start saying thank you more. Start saying thank you to the hands which are coloring in right now. Thank you to the belly that's expanding and helping us to breathe deeply. Thank you to smile that we're able to put it out in the world that, hey, I've still got a life in me, right? And we're smiling. And no matter what, no matter what the situation that you're facing right now or you have faced, just know that gratitude can shift so much for you. Like it's so simple, but at the same time, how much we have to remind ourselves, like when we wake up in the morning. I know those days. Even today was one of those days where I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't really feeling myself. But then here comes the thing that when you are not feeling yourself, are you still loving yourself at that point? And what I mean by that, loving is not about um, kind of going back into the same patterns just because you know that's familiar. Loving yourself starts to show up when you know that what's going to help you to get out of this state. Like for me in the morning, I felt very restless a night before. I knew what I wanted to do with my day and how I wanted to spend it and what was the intention for me. But when I woke up, I was like, that intention is nowhere. So, how can I shift myself from that state to back to myself, right? And what I did this morning, I did Kundalini yoga. So, if you know anything about me, I love Kundalini yoga, but I felt like um, it was getting to a point where you know that it is going to help you, not as a something that you want to reach for another tool or like something will fix me or anything like that, but it's like listening to my body, like, hey, what do you need today? And it's literally spoke to me. She's like, babe, I want to do Kundalini yoga today. And I was like, wow, I haven't done that in many days. So, oh my gosh. After that practice, I felt like Learning to listen to the body, that what I needed in that moment was like, wow, it just told me straight away. There was like no barrier in there. Like I knew that what was my thing that's gonna help me, right? And I did it for 45 minutes, and I worked with sacral center, awakening the waters within me. In the beginning, because the video that I was doing it from, he said, set the intention, but also become aware of your own energy. Like, how are you feeling right now? And for me, that was a point where I had to be like really honest with yourself. And that's what I would say to you. Like, loving yourself is being honest with yourself, right? So for me, when I was setting the intention, I was like, I'm feeling tired. I am also feeling very restless. For my practice, the intention for me is understand where I'm feeling the tiredness and how I can bring those bubbling waters, because it's like the complex things I was facing, like I was feeling that collapse, but at the same time, there was like a lot of energy bubbling in me. How could I bring that balance? How can I settle those waters? Be like, hey, come in harmony with me, right? And that's where Kundalini yoga really helped me. And this is what I would say to you as well, that the practice that you're running away from, or it could be just one pause, one pause, yoga pause that you're avoiding is exactly the one that you need. For me, it was that frog pose. Oh my god, when I used to do with the my yoga teacher, whenever she used to bring the froggy pose, and I was like, ah, no way. But that's what I realized today, that how much I have matured in my own practice, but not by doing it daily, but actually bringing that awareness that when do I feel like doing it, and I have a matured in that. So instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, now he has also brought the froggy pause in, I was like, let me just meet my edge. And that's where you start to build that maturity within. Spirituality is not about always reaching for those high dimensions or high frequency. It's like when the Kundalini energy starts activating in you, right? That first does the purification. Purification happens when the edge that you don't want to go, but you still choose to go a little bit there. It's like, I want to feel what I have been suppressing underneath. And that's what it did for me during the practice, where I was like, I know for me that either I push myself so much or I just don't do it. That's always been my pattern, right? But what I brought myself into from that practice and from this whole day wisdom that I'm sharing with you is being thankful for the wisdom that I have it in my spirit to made me understand that I already have the tools. I already know what I need. And in that moment, yes, it was a practice that I did. But after that, the old pattern of me used to be like, yeah, I need to do this and I need to do this. And it wasn't, it didn't feel right to me to go to this to-do list that we imaginary make in our mind when we wake up, like I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And I'm like, yeah, the list is there, I can feel it. But right now, can I just listen to the body, that what do you actually even need? Like, I'm not saying that we will not record the videos that I'm doing. I'm not saying that we will not work on our business. I'm not saying that the things that I have been wanting to do, we will not do that. We will. But can you actually hold yourself in the discomfort that when the energy is building up in me, can I channel that energy and redirect it when I have the capacity for it rather than pushing it? I'm going to say it again. We have been taught to push through and push through and push through. And what happens? We deplete ourselves. And that's the pattern a lot of the people um, get really confused in, because they're so used to the pushing. But at one point, your body's like, hey, we got this, but can you please listen to me? And in that moment, if you are pushing where your energy doesn't even wants to flow. So for me, yes, I wanted to make video like that. It's the same thing that I wanted to say in the afternoon, but in that moment, I didn't feel the flow. And I know that a lot of the people will be like, oh yeah, you were not feeling motivated or anything. It's not like that. It's when you feel that flow, you don't have to try, you don't have to push yourself. You actually do it with inspiration. Like right now, if you're listening to me, it's no edit. I'm simply just channeling, I'm just simply saying the thing. But in that moment, it just felt like I was so scattered that I didn't want you to do it. And that's where I want to bring that back, that when you are thankful for your own energy to connect with you, that hey, I have it within me. But right now, my energy doesn't need to be in that production mode all the time. Put on this kind of like production mask and start producing all the time. Like, can you just be and live your life? And that's what I actually did. I was like, yeah, I can feel it. I can feel that I have to do a lot and I'm gonna do it. And it's not like I'm running away from it, but I wanna do it from a space of inspiration. I would just wanna be first and give myself some energy. Whether it was spending time in the nature, whether it was taking a nap, or whether it was going out and like meeting new people, or just living. We have forgotten to live. And when you live, you don't have to force yourself to be productive. From that living, you gather the energy in your life that, oh yeah, my cup is full now. From that, you start to share with other people. And that's exactly what I'm doing. If you're listening to me still now, I want you to pause and ask yourself that in the pursuit of always producing things, when was the last time you checked in with yourself that how nourished you feel? And nourishment can be in the form of like 15 minutes. Nourishment can be in the form of listening to yourself that, hey, when was the last time I actually put myself first? What I really, really, really wanted in this moment. I had this moment today where, one of those moments where you're like really in the present moment, like really in the moment. I looked outside of my window and I paused, and it was kind of like a zoom moment. Like I reversed back into the time and I was like, wow, 10 minutes ago, I was sitting outside having my breakfast. And that was the only moment that I had to experience, but now I can't go back to it. Like how profound that is, that all we have in this present moment is just a choice, right? What we choose to do and feel. And for that moment, what happened is, the reason I was going back to that moment is because when I was having breakfast, I was fighting with myself. And I want to bring this moment in there because I know sometimes we get triggered, right? We get triggered a lot. And for me, what I am learning is to build boundaries with myself, that what things needs my attention and what things don't. And I'm a sort of a person, I always feel that I am always standing up for like justice, the right thing, right? And what happened, I watched this video where somebody was laughing at somebody's traumas, right? And I felt very activated because I was like, that's just not right, you know? And I felt this like anger just built up in me. I was like, wow, this person is so much in their pride that they have forgotten the compassionate side of life, right? We can always be bold, we can always share our big things with the world. We like, stand the things that we really stand on and the things that makes us feel profound. But at the same time, if we are sharing that and you're making another human feels like less about themselves, or making them feel like their life experiences are like worth laughing or something, or putting them into the shame, I just feel like that's just not the right way to guide people, right? And I felt quite activated at that time, and I spent my whole after like the breakfast time kind of thinking those thoughts. And after that, when I was reflecting on it, I looked back, I was like, I literally wasted my 10 minutes on fighting over something that is not in my control. And that's what I want to say to you as well. When you go on social media and when you get activated, notice. Notice within yourself that, does that thing really matter to you? Can you do something about it? And I'm not saying that you should be not speaking about the things that matter to you. For that, you have to build a discernment of this information that got me activated. What does it tell me about myself? So for me, it really told me that I'm a person who stands up for justice, and that's about it. That's it. I do not have to spend so much time in figuring it out, that, oh, why that person said this thing, or they shouldn't have said this. I get it. But at the same time, it's an opportunity for me to embody that I saw that this is what's happening. And now, me as an alchemist, how can I feel that this person is making me feel activated or triggered? And the wisdom that I got from there, how can I share that with the world? And that's exactly what I'm doing with you. That when you build that discernment, that when things feel activated for you, go within, check in with your own energy, that am I starting to bubbling up right now? And if I am, why do I feel this way about this thing? Even if you're a business owner, if someone just left a hate comment, or if someone left like, not even that, I would say a lot of the people experience this thing, especially when they're building the business, that they feel like they're just talking to the walls, like nobody is listening to them, they're just sharing something and they're like, well, there's no engagement. Let me tell you, that also can activate you. And if you have experienced that, I just want to say to you, whenever you feel that come up, just know there is always this one person watching you. This one person is not going to comment, is not going to share anything, is not going to like or anything. They're going to be straight into your DMs and would love to work with you. And that has happened to me so many times. And I'm speaking from wisdom as well, that when those people reach out to you, you start to understand that the days that you thought that you're gonna quit, the days that you thought that your voice doesn't matter, the day you think that, oh, the people who are sharing the not the wrong information, but not in a very empathetic way, they're still seeing the success, but you're not. On those days, you haven't quit and alchemized it and share your wisdom with the people. That's where you start to transmute that energy. And that's my intention from this video to you, is that transmutation happens when you become the student of your own growth, when you start to explore yourself even more, because it's an everyday thing. When you start to explore yourself, not just the good moments, you will say thank you, but the things that triggered you, you will start to say thank you as well. For me, today was like, thank you for that triggered. Thank you for that trigger, which told me that, wow, I love standing up for the justice. And I know, like, it's a Saturn thing. I'm a Saturn ruled person. So it does make sense, right? So start saying more thank you. So I would love to know today, what made you to come to this video, to listen to what I shared with you, and what you got out of this channeled wisdom. And I would love to know that what actually makes you to go from feeling like doing to I feel so grateful that I get to do that. I would love to know. And if you want to work with me, I'm going to leave my links in the description or in my bio. I do one-on-one sessions with people. I do monthly and 3 monthly containers as well. So this is my invitation to you, that if you want to learn to do business, if you want to make content from a place of self exploration, that what I want to do, not what I'm telling you to do, that's a self exploration journey that I take people with, that we kind of meet every day, or depends on the container. So if you're doing like a 3 monthly with me, meet every day. But if you're doing a 1 month with me, we meet every week, right? And we explore what is alive in you. So it looks like my sessions, 3 monthly containers I'll talk about. What it looks like is, firstly, we will do a discovery call, that where you at in your business journey. So I work with the people who are pivoting, also the people who have kind of established their business, but now they're at a stage of, they're like, I feel like I have established this, but now I just don't really feel connected with it, because I feel like it's not my voice anymore. It's not the offer that I want to build. It's not the audience that I feel like I have evolved into. So that's the people that I specifically work with, to find what is alive in you in this transformation journey that you're going through. And from there, your sense of, if you're a coach or a healer or service provider, what kind of things work for you. So for me, as in I said, like one-on-one works for me, because I can like truly be with you. But if it's someone who likes to be in the community spaces and who likes to be around people, those kind of things we explore through creating offers that you feel like, oh yeah, that's the idea that I've always been like uh wanting to explore, but I felt like, oh, I just can't. We start to work with your intuition. So I help you to guide you to listen to your intuition and listen to your next steps, and from there you start to explore things with me. And of course, there's always a strategy part involved in this well, that, oh yeah, you can send these emails or have make contents in such a way, not like a hook version, but more so about tuning in with your body, that what is coming through me. So the intersection that I work with is the soul and the life force energy, what's alive in you, and the strategy merging together, and just seeing like every week what is alive. Are you leaning more towards the strategy part of it? Let's go. Let's channel that masculine energy. But if you are experiencing that, oh yeah, I've been doing this, but a part of it still feeling kind of blocked in receiving, and that's where we feel into like where the stagnancy is. And from there, when the stagnancy, sometimes it just needs a perspective shift. That's what I've always noticed with the people that I've worked with, that there is a perspective shift that has to happen, and from there your body starts to communicate to you. And that's what I teach as well, like, hey, when the perspective shift happen, like, where do you actually feel that in your body, that you're feeling something different? We start to scan that, right? And from there, just the next step just gets really clear. So if you're interested to work with me for 3 months or 1 month, I invite you to either leave a comment, or you can go into my bio, and I would love to guide you. Till then, keep saying thank you for the wisdom that you already know.